elsewhere, the Party Peacock Dalton Castle got the victory over the Kentucky gentleman Chuck Taylor in what was a fan's dream match. A little bit later on, I was able to also announce that Dalton Castle would receive a World Heavyweight title shot February 2nd at National Pro Wrestling Day. I was able to catch up with Dalton Castle back in the locker room and, well, I guess you could say, Aftershock got into his head. Literally. I think. Just take a look. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here in the locker room with the Party Peacock Dalton Castle.
Hey, Mr. Plummer!
What in the world are you doing?
Peacock feathers! Peacock feathers! Peacock feathers!
Chill out. Alright, just for a minute, and you can go back to doing whatever you want to do. Real quick, have to touch on it. Huge night in the IWC.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy night. Everything got turned on its head. But a big match for you tonight. The fans' dream match. The fans called for it.
Good to be a part of somebody's dream, Justin.
You know how you can tell?
How's that?
He yelled karate before he did it.
That wasn't karate. That was an old-fashioned slap on the fanny. And now an atomic drop to the tailbone. Leg sweep the cover.
Been a lot of fanny-based offense here. Keeps dropping him on his tuchus.
Yeah. Right on the derriere. Well, we talked about punching yourself out with kickouts earlier. Maybe it's Dalton's strategy. Maybe he was listening in.
Well, listening to us couldn't be the worst thing he's done.
And Chuck once again rolling to the outside. The Swamp Monster's rolling in. That Swamp Monster's got a set of legs on it.
That's true. Swamp Monster knows how to do a leg sweep.
And a standoff with the Swamp Monster. Just analyzing technical wrestling jargon after all this. Castle meets a knee. Taylor saw it coming, but got caught in midair. That power of Castle again. Oh! And into the DDT.
Forehead first into the mat.
Here's a cover. No. Castle escapes.
Swamp Monster counting the pin with the slaps.
And a standing Uranagi by Taylor. That follow-through may have done more harm than good, though. Taylor took a long time to showboat. And a very lax cover, the left side exposed. Where's he going?
Maybe he's going to get another monster.
I hope not.
No, there's one. Oh, that's paid.
He's got the bell again. The bell once again utilized in this event.
He might get counted out here.
Yeah, he's taking the scenic route around the ring. Get in the ring, pal.
This is not an Extreme Rules match.
It is not. Could he have advertised that one any worse? Referee trying to get rid of the bell. And meanwhile, Chuck's got a chair.
Smooth Chucky.
Here comes the Swamp Monster.
Swamp Monster imploring him not to cheat.
There's a moral debate between the Swamp Monster and Chuck Taylor. And the Swamp Monster with a satellite head scissors. The Swamp Monster's
showing regret.
It's conflicted. Chuck with a pin for two.
The Sturm und Drang of the Swamp Monster is palpable.
By God, it has feelings after all.
And there's still a chair in the ring.
King Kong feels for the woman he's climbed up the Empire State Building with. It's a miracle it's morning again in America.
And Swamp Monster just handed Smooth Chucky T. I don't know.
And now the Swamp Monster's just distracting the official Powder.
Oh, and the Castle slapped the hand. The Powder's in Chucky T's eye.
The Swamp Powder backfired. The deadlift German. Beautiful bridge. Dalton gets it mercifully.
Here is your winner, the Party Peacock, Dalton Castle.
I know what it feels like.
Yeah, you can do anything. You see that movie with that Leonardo guy? It's adorable. All right, go on.
Anyways, big match against Chuck Taylor. You got the victory. Can you talk a little bit about how it feels to beat such an established superstar?
Well, it feels good to win any night because you go home happy and the ladies love you at Sheetz and you get all these sandwiches and oh God, yes! Listen, Chuck's a tough wrestler, all right? He was a good competitor. I've known him for years. I've watched him for years, and it was just finally, it's just good to finally show him that I'm better than him, you know, and get that out of the way.
Hey, and you've had great momentum here in the IWC in your career so far. But speaking of big matches, this actually hasn't been announced yet. But we both spoke with Chuck Roberts earlier this week. He booked a match February 2nd, Pro Wrestling Day. Dalton Castle will represent the IWC. You're getting a World Heavyweight title shot. Now, we thought it was going to be against Logan Shulo or Sami Callihan. But after that disaster, I don't even know what you want to call what just happened out there. It's now going to be Dalton Castle versus
John McChesney. Oh yeah, that's who I'm up against. A man that ruined my first title shot. And he's also been kind of in the back of my head for a long time, Justin. Kind of like a nuisance, like a tick, like I've been playing army men in the field all day, and I come home and I'm like, oh yeah, having a good time, go shower. And oh, what's this? I find a tick biting on the back of my ear, and I pull that tick off, and I look at him, and I say, I was just playing army man, what are you doing? And he says his name's John McChesney. I'm a tick, and I like to suck your blood and ruin your fun. Well, at Pro Wrestling Day, Mr. McChesney, his peacock, is gonna eat you. Ah!
All right, folks, I'm not sure. The craziness of tonight continues. Dalton Castle getting another World Heavyweight title shot against his rival, Big League John McChesney, February 2nd. It's Pro Wrestling Day. So while Team Big League dominated the news from Winner Takes All, we got to talk about what was potentially the match of the year. It was a four-way dance for the #1 contendership to the IWC Super Indy title. We saw Zema Ion, Johnny Gargano, Tony Nese, and Bobby Fish battle it out in a four-way dance. Folks, potentially match of the year. But unfortunately, we can't show it to you here due to TNA restrictions. Wish we could. But this is only one more reason why you have to come to our live shows to really get a good feel of what the IWC was all about. Nonetheless, when the dust settled, when everything was said and done, there was one man left standing, and the Aftershock cameras were there to get words with him. Let's take a look at your new #1 contender to the IWC Super Indy title. Come on right with me here. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Plummer here. After everything that went down tonight, Logan Shulo getting a screw job, I used to say, I'm in the locker room with the new #1 contender for the IWC Super Indy title, Tony Nese. Tony, we saw whatever just happened out there tonight. The IWC kind of got flipped upside down. But the fact of the matter is you are now the #1 contender for the Super Indy title.
Okay. Before you waste my time, I don't care about anything else going on in IWC. I don't care about anything going on with Logan Shulo. See, the good questions you should ask are, who is Tony Nese? What is a premier athlete? What does a premier athlete do? Good question. See, what a premier athlete does is he walks into a four-way freestyle and walks right out the new #1 contender for the Super Indy title. See, Logan Shulo, you better clear your head of whatever's going on in your life, because you're only going to make it easier for me. I came into IWC with one purpose, and that's to take that Super Indy title. And I'm doing that next time we meet up. I guarantee it. Because it's time we take that title off of these wannabe athletes, and we put it around a real athlete's waist, the premier athlete's waist.
All right, folks, Tony Nese, Logan Shulo, January 26th. It's going to be for the IWC Super Indy title. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, tonight has just been nothing short of disappointing, disgusting, and maybe even surprising. But the fact of the matter is Big League John McChesney is your new IWC World Heavyweight Champion. Stay tuned to IWCWrestling.com for updates throughout the month. Be ready for National Pro Wrestling Day on February 2nd, and on January 26th, we're back here in Elizabeth. Unfortunately, we are all out of time.
You're not out of time until you get to talk to the Swamp Monster and Chuck Taylor. You know I watch the show. I watch the show all the time. Big fan, big fan. You get stuck on these cliches. You're always talking about going out with a bang. You're going to end 2012 with a bang. Easy, buddy.
It's a figure of speech.
Yeah, sure. Well, not today, because guess what? I got this for you. 2012 is going to end with a bang. Come on, Swabby.